Hello friends, welcome to Wealthy Options. This is Reddy Reddy. In options trading, there are mainly two types of traders, options buyers and option sellers. But do you know it is option sellers mostly make the profits compared to the options buyers? Watch this video to know more and all the details about the option selling compared to the options buying. First and foremost, in options trading, most of the profitable traders in the world are option sellers. It is not just in India, it is across the world. The people who make real money in trading are mostly option sellers. So they are able to make these profits not only because of their trading skills but because of the natural edge, what we have in option selling. So in option selling, we have a natural edge called time decay where options get depreciated day by day as the time goes. So most of the option sellers, they will try to capture the time decay and make the profits, by building a different strategies. Now, so one of the biggest myth about the options, options writing or selling, both of these are same. Both of these are same. It's just a different terminology, and people are guided in a wrong direction by saying when you do a option selling, you have a unlimited risk, but when you buy the options, you have a limited risk but unlimited profit. But actually, this unlimited risk can be definitely limited, and you can actually define the risk. So I'll show you how we can do that and why it is a myth. So first of all, before we get into that, so let's understand what is risk. So basically, a risk is a something if you are doing something without knowing what you are doing it. But if you know exactly what you are doing, and if you know how you can able to manage the risk, then it is not a risk. So it might be a risk, but you have a plan of action to mitigate that, right? So similarly in option selling, so in any kind of a trading, there is a risk. In option selling also there is a risk, but you can manage that risk by hedging your position, right? So how we can do that, I'm just going to show you. So now let me just take you to the option Opstra platform just to build a simple strategy to show the difference between the option buying and option selling and to look at the risk. So what I'm doing is first, so I'm just taking Nifty as an example. Sorry. So it's a Nifty, underlying which is selected is already a Nifty. So 27th May 2021, and the option I'm going to choose is, let's say, 15,000. Nifty is currently trading at 15,200. Let's say I'm going to sell 15,300 call option. Okay. So before I sell, let me just show you, the buy. So I am buying a 15,300 call option in 27th May contract, which is going to expire in next 5 days. Right now, let's look at the how the payoff diagram looks for when you buy a call, and then what are the probability of profits and what are the break-even points. Okay. Now, when you buy a call option, first of all, when somebody buys a call option, when they think that the underlying, in this case Nifty, when they think that Nifty goes up, then someone will buy a call option. Now in this case, let's say according to your analysis, you think Nifty will go up, right, and go up before end of 27th May, which is the options expiry, and you bought the call option. So when you buy a call option, you pay the premium, right? So here the premium, the 15,300 call option, which is going to expire in next 5 days, is trading with a premium of 78 rupees. Okay. So when I say 78 rupees, one lot of Nifty is equal to 75 quantity. So it's a 75 quantity into 78 rupees, which comes out to I think 5,850, right? So this is where the people will mislead, like, so when you buy a call option, all you could lose is 5,850 rupees, but when the trade goes in your direction, you can literally make a unlimited profit. So as you could see, maximum profit is undefined. That means there is a possibility of unlimited profit. So but what they don't tell you is, so this is how the payoff diagram for call option looks like. So Nifty is around 15,175, or let's say 15,200 now, and you are buying a 100 points OTM option by paying a 78 premium. Yes, so this is if Nifty stays here or if Nifty goes down, okay, and there is a break even point, okay, as long as Nifty is closing below this break even point, either you will make a loss or you will be at a break even, right? So let me explain this, the concept of a break even here. So how, here it says the break even is 15,378. So how this break even of 15,378 is arrived? So you are buying a 15,300 call option. That means, so currently market is at 15,200 and you are buying a 15,300 strike call option, which means you think that in the next 5 days Nifty will hit your strike price of 15,300 and possibly go up, right? And when you buy the call option, you are paying a premium of 78 rupees, right? So you need to add 78 rupees to your strike. So you are buying a 15,300 call option and you are paying a 78 rupees premium. So this 15,300 strike and 78 becomes a 15,738 rupees, which means unless Nifty do not close above the 15,378 by 27th May, you are not going to make any profit. So only, you are going to make a profit only if Nifty closes above 15,378, and currently market is at around 15,200. So the trade has to go in your direction by 175 or 178 points and to make a profit. So this is, I am talking about the scenario, you bought the call option contract and you want to hold it till the expiry, right? In such case, it has to go in your direction by 178 points, and it should happen in next 4 days, because your contract is going to expire on 27th May, right? Now let's look at, let's say, the Nifty, as per your analysis, Nifty went up and it is going up, and when it goes to 15,500, so you could see the profit here, right? You could see if it goes to 15,500, you are going to make a profit of 10,500, and if it goes to let's say 15,800, in next 5 days, if market turns very bullish and you are going to make a 31,000 profit, in theory, so Nifty can go to 500 or 600 or whatever it is, so you are going to make a unlimited profit. But just tell me practically how many times, right? So Nifty will go in your direction by 170 points and within a 4 to 5 days. That is first thing. So it has to go in your direction, right? If it stays there, right? If Nifty is going to stay there and going to close exactly at 15,200, you're going to lose. You're going to lose your entire amount, right? And in fact, even if it is going to go in your direction by 100 points and closes at 15,300, also you're going to lose the entire premium paid. So I'm going to explain that. The first thing is, it has to go in your direction and it has to happen in the next 4 days of a time, right? 4 to 5 days of a time. And second thing is, so when it starts making a profit, so tell me honestly, how many people will not, how many people will continue to hold the position, right, when they see the profits? So most of the times what happens is, the moment the trade gets into the profit, like when the trade starts giving 2,000 rupees or 3,000 rupees or 4,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees, your investment is 5,850. So if the trade is giving a 5,000 or 6,000 profit, and most of the traders, they will tend to book the profit and they will not hold till the expiry of the contract, because they may think if market reverses, they will lose the profits, and potentially they may lose even the capital also if it comes back sharply. So because of this, though it's theoretically a infinite profit, but most of the times, the moment traders look at the profit, they will book the profit. Okay, this is first thing. Now from odds point of view, so you bought this 15,300 call option, okay, which is 100 points out of the money, when Nifty is at 15,200. Now let's say the scenario, see when when you initiate a trade, so it is possible that it may go in your direction or it may not go in your direction. Or third possibility is it may stay. I mean, it may just go into the range bound for the next 4 or 5 days, and it may close around 15,200 itself. So as a buyer, so you will lose the money if the market doesn't move in your direction. For example, instead of going in your direction, if Nifty goes back, from 15,200, it goes down to 15,100 or anywhere 15,000. So you will lose this 5,850 rupees. And now, if let's say it is not moving either up or going down, it closes at 15,200 itself, right? When it closes at 15,200 also, so 15,300 strike price, whatever you have selected, it is out of the money. So when you say, when you buy out of the money, the entire premium you are paying for a time value, right? So if Nifty is going to close at 15,200 by 27th May, your OTM out of the money 15,300 call option will expire worthless. That means the contract will not have any value and it becomes a zero. Now let's look at the other possibility. So Nifty did go in your direction, so it went up but did not go up to, let's say, 15,378 or above. It just went up to 15,300 and closed there, right? Even if it goes to 15,300 also, it becomes at the money again. So when it becomes at the money and the strike you have selected is 15,300 and the spot price is also closing at 15,300, that means again the contract will not have any value, it will expire worthless. So in this case, though the trade went in your direction by 100 points, you are still going to lose the money. And above that, so let's say Nifty went up to 15,350, not just 15,300, 15,350 also, almost 150 points in your direction, right? So if it goes to 15,350 and closes at 15,350 on 27th May, so it will be, your 15,300 call option will be in the money by 50 points. That means it will have the contract will have a value of 50 rupees, right? So it is in the money now, it has a value of 50 rupees because the strike you have selected is 15,300. Nifty hit your strike and crossed by another 50 points. So that 50 points is your in the money and that is the value of the contract, right? So it is true that it has a value of 50 rupees, but what is the initial premium you have paid? You have paid 78 rupees, and at the end of the expiry, what is the value of your contract? It's a 50 rupees. So still you are making a loss of 28 rupees. So if you could see, as an option buyer, they have to fight against all the odds. So it has to go in the trade should go in your direction, and it should go in your direction substantially to cross the break-even point, and all this should happen in the next 4 to 5 days. If Nifty goes to 15,300 after 1 week or 10 days, it doesn't matter. By the time your options contract would have expired. So it has to go within the time before the expiry of the contract you have purchased. Now, based on all these things, so look at the probability of profit. So you are buying a 15,300 call option. The probability of profit is only 27%. So you are entering into a trade, okay, which has the maximum probability of 27%. That means, so if you trade this strategy, 4 times, there is a possibility 3 times you will lose and you will win only once, right? So this is for when you buy the call option. Now let's look at you are doing instead of buying, you are selling a call option. So let me delete this. So what you are going to do is, instead of buying a call option, you are selling a 15,000 call option. Now you are a option seller, right? So just it is opposite side. So an option buyer will buy the call option when he expects the markets to go up. But in contrary to that, an option seller, someone sells the call option when he thinks that either market will not go up from here or the market will go down, because even if the market stays there, he will make a money, because all the premium, so whatever he receives he can keep it. And if the market goes down, it obviously, so whatever the option he sold, it becomes out of the money, and he can always make the profit. Now let's look at the difference here. So first of all, when you are an option seller, so you are selling a 15,300 call option. Market is at 15,200, same example, and you are selling a 15,300 call option, which means as long as Nifty do not, as long as Nifty do not cross 15,300, you are going to keep the entire full profit. So which is the maximum profit of 5,850, right? So you sold a 15,300 call option, and even if market Nifty closes at 15,300 by 27th May, okay, you are still going to make a full profit. And if Nifty starts going beyond 15,300, let's say it closes at 15,350, so in that case your 15,300 strike call option is in the money by 50 points, means your options contract is worth of 50 points, right? So but when you sold the call option, you received the premium of 78, and at the end of the expiry, the options contract worth is 50 rupees. So you are still in the profit of 28 rupees, right? When I say 28 into 75 rupees, whatever the profit. So if you look at, overall, so you are able to make the profit. You entered into this trade, okay, thinking that Nifty at least will not go up or it will come down, right? So if Nifty comes down like from 15,200 to 15,100 or 15,000 anywhere, so this 15,300 call option, which is out of the money, will expire worthless. You will keep all the profit. That means when your direction is correct, you are making a full profit. And let's say Nifty is not moving anywhere, if it gets into the range bound, it neither goes up or not goes down, it is still closing at 15,200. You will still keep the entire profit, because when Nifty closes at 15,200, 15,000 strike becomes the out of the money. It will not have any value, and it becomes it expires worthless, and you keep your full profit. And even if your direction is wrong to an extent by 100 points, okay, so you expected Nifty to stay there or go down, but your analysis went wrong. Nifty went all the way up to 15,300, and you still be able to keep the full profit. And even if it goes to 150 points, first of all, you are not going to make a loss. Instead, you are still going to make a profit of maybe around 2,000 rupees or 2,500 rupees. So you will only start making loss if Nifty starts going beyond 15,378, which is your break-even point, okay, on 27th May. So beyond 15,378, if it goes by 100 points, so 100 points will be your loss. When I say 100, so your loss will be 100 into 75, which is a 7,500. If it goes by another 200 points, so your loss will be 15,000. So this is where many people will mislead the traders by saying that when you do a option selling, there is a unlimited risk, right? So theoretically it's a unlimited risk, but do you think so all the professional traders and most of the institutional traders who are making the huge money through the option sellers, they will leave the position to the unlimited risk? They will not do it. First of all, one thing is they will adjust their positions, and second thing is most of the professional traders and institutional traders, they will enter into the strategies with the risk defined. So now let's look at how we can able to reduce this risk, or how we can able to turn this particular trade from undefined to the defined risk. That means how we can able to cap the maximum risk. Okay, so we can able to change the strategy from unlimited loss to a limited loss in the case of if your direction is wrong, right? So before we do that, first of all, let's look at, so in this trade, anywhere, as long as your Nifty closes below 15,300, you will make a full profit, which is a 5,850. So 5,850 rupees profit, with margin blocked. When you sell a call options or put options, when you are a seller, there is a margin blocked, which I already explained, in my earlier video. So the to enter this particular strategy, you need a capital of 1,26,000, and out of that, for that you are getting a return of 5,850. So if you look at from the return on investment point of view, so it would be approximately 4.5 to 5% return in just 5 to 6 days. So this options contract is going to expire on 27th May, and we are just 4 days away from that, right? So it's just a 5% return, and look at the probability of a profit, right? So you have entered into the trade which has the 72% of a probability. That means out of 4 trades, so you have a probability to win 3 trades. Now everything looks fine, and 5% return per week is a outstanding return. So it's a really outstanding return. But only thing is, how can I get the protection from this unlimited risk? Because it is possible that if Nifty turns ultra bullish, it can even go to 15,800, 16,000 also, in which case your loss will be very high. So this is where all the professional traders, we do a hedging. So in fact, this is called a naked call option selling. So most of the professional traders, institutional traders, they will not do a naked call option selling. Instead, they will enter the position with hedging. So when I say hedging, it means you are actually putting a cap of maximum loss. So you are not going to leave your position to a exposed to the unlimited loss. Instead, you are going to define what is my maximum loss. Okay. So in this situation, so to define my maximum risk, what I will do is I will buy 15,400 call option. So I sold 15,300 call option. To hedge that position, I am buying a 15,400 call option. So when I do this, so instead of entering into the strategy, okay, by just selling 15,000 call option as a naked call, what I do is I am selling 15,300 call option, and at the same time I am also buying a 15,400. So in this case, so what happens is your maximum profit has come down to 2,550 from 5,850, right? But at the same time, look at your maximum loss. Earlier, you can make 50,000, 40,000, and even 1 lakh loss also. But now, whatsoever happens, even if Nifty goes to 16,000, 17,000, 80,000, or even 20,000 also, the maximum loss you can make in this trade would be 4,950, and the maximum profit also 2,550. So why is this? Because when you sold the 15,300 call option, you received 78 rupees premium. So out of that, 44 rupees you are paying to hedging, so to buy the protection. So but by doing this, you are not exposing your positions to the unlimited risk, right? So when you are trading with the limited risk, there is no panic. So you will get the nice peaceful sleep overnight, not thinking about what will happen to the markets if it opens the gap up and all. So when you are trading the risk defined strategies, your emotions will be in control, so you will not take any decisions in a panic. So when you are trading with a peace of mind, so you will always make a good decisions, and those will turn into the mostly profits, right? Now let's look at this payoff diagram. So earlier it was showing an unlimited risk, but now your maximum profit is 2,800 and 2,550, but the maximum loss is 4,950. No matter, just look at the strike price. This is the on x-axis you have the Nifty value, in the sense, whether it is at 16,000 or 16,300. On y-axis you have a profit and loss. So no matter whether it goes to 16,000 or any price, so your maximum loss would be 4,950, right? So this is how, so one can define the risk, okay, and completely eliminate or manage the risk, right, through the hedging. So in fact, professional traders, what they do is they will reduce, okay, even this maximum loss of 4,950 can be further reduced. In fact, you can completely bring the strategy into even profits also through the adjustments. Okay, so that's the basically this is this particular topic now what I'm explaining is meant for the beginners. So how we need to do the adjustments to to bring the losing trade into the profits or less losses. I will explain in my future in my future videos, which comes under intermediate level and advanced level. So but now at this stage, so with just a hedging, so you're able to limit your maximum risk. So just to say, so and a possible adjustment for this one would be, so you sold a call option and it is thinking that Nifty will stay here or it will come down, and it starts going up, right? So what I would do is, so to balance this position, I'll go and sell a put option in the opposite direction. I'll go and sell a put option and and probably buy another put option as a protection to that. So when people will sell a put option, when they expect the markets to not to fall, or when they expect the market to go up, you will sell a put option. So obviously here, when will you start? When are you start making a loss in this current trade? When you sold the 15,300 call option, so you are making a loss because Nifty is continuing to go up. So when the Nifty is continuing to go up, I'll go and sell some put options. I'll collect, obviously, when I sell some put options, even with the protection, I'll collect some premium. So if I can able to collect, some premium like, 30 rupees and all. So obviously, so whatever the loss I'm making here, I'll be able to make it from my adjustment position. So that's how you can even bring the loss making trade into break even or less losses or into the profits through the adjustments, right? So which means your initial analysis of Nifty not go up by 15,200 is completely gone wrong. Even if it goes horribly wrong also, you can still play with option strategies with trade management or adjustments and bring your trade into the break even or small loss or into the profits. Now let's look at the ROI point of view. So what happens is, so first of all, so even after buying the hedge, you still have a probability of profit of 68%, which is still good, and your maximum profit has come down to 2,550. But look at this important, this important thing. When you sold a 15,300 call option alone, the margin required was 1,26,000 approximately. But when you hedge the position, because you are limiting your maximum risk to just very few points, the exchanges and brokers, they will also not block the full margin. So in fact, when you hedge your position, you get the margin benefit. Now because you hedged your position and limited your risk, the estimated margin for this particular trade is only 29,250 rupees. So in this case, so you are getting a return of 2,550 rupees, and your investment is 29,250, which means you are actually making a from the ROI terms, return on investment terms, the 2,550 rupees profit on an investment of 29,250 is absolutely a wonderful 8,000 rupees profit, and with risk defined, right? So this is how you need to look at from the returns point of view. And obviously, because a less margin is blocked, so you can use the rest of the capital to take more positions, or you can trade some other strategies also. So that's how you can use the capital, right? Now I think I've explained in detail about how risk can be defined and managed, because this is important, because I've seen so many people losing money in trading, especially by buying the options. 95% of the traders lose money. Mostly they trade without any education, and they trade mostly they'll buy the deep out of the money options, thinking that I have 10,000 in my account, I'll just go and buy that, and I'll start making a profits in the market. So trading doesn't work in that way, right? So you are fighting, when you are an options buyer, you are fighting against all the odds, and it is very, very difficult to win the trades against all the all the odds and all the time, right? So that's the reason you need to eliminate the this myth from your mind, like when you are selling in options, you are exposed to the unlimited risk. It is not. I have just shown you your unlimited risk can be very well contained, and you can turn it into a defined risk. Now let's go back to the presentation. Now, So we have seen what is risk and how can you define the risk and all. Now let's look at what is the edge in options selling versus options buying, right? So high probability of a profit. So when you are selling a options, you have high probability. We just saw the example. So we just saw when you are selling a 15,300 call option, right? You have a probability like 73% probability of winning. But if you are buying the 15,300 call option, you have a only 22 or 25% of a probability. So a seller always have a high probability of profit. Then time decay is always in your favor. That's the natural edge. I already mentioned that in the starting itself. So all the options are depreciating assets. So all the options are depreciating instruments. So every day, no matter whatever happens, if Nifty goes up, call options may go up, and if it comes down, call option premium may go down. So that's because of the parameter of the spot price. How the underlying is changing. But irrespective of whether the underlying is going up or not, so every premium will have some component associated to the time value. So that time value every day reduces, and the more you are getting close to the expiry, the time decay will accelerate a lot. Now, for example, if your premium, let's say you, in this case example of 15,300 call option where you sold a 78 rupees, so 5 days before expiry, so if Nifty, today Nifty is at 15,200, and tomorrow also if Nifty is going to be at 15,200, it will not have a value of 78, it would probably be a 68 or 60 rupees. That's because out of the 78, now this 15 rupees for that particular day would be a time value. And if it continues to, and the more close you go to the expiry, the time decay will accelerate, and so all that time value, obviously if this is going to be out of the money call option, the entire premium, so whatever you collected, it's for a time value. So that time value will become 0 and you will be able to keep the entire profit. So as an option seller, the theta decay, it is called, when it comes to the options Greeks, I will explain what is theta decay, but it is, in simple words, it's a time decay. So when you are a seller, so first of all, all the options are depreciating instruments. That means they lose the value every day. So when you are holding that contract as a buyer, okay, it is a disadvantage for you because you bought something which is depreciating every day because of the time value. But when you are a seller, it is an advantage for you. You sold something, so where its value is depreciating every day. So obviously when you sold something and if it is depreciating and if it comes down and if you buy back at a cheaper price, obviously you will make a profit. So this is the most natural edge in the option selling. So when you enter a position, even if you sell a at the money call option, at the money put option, you will have a 60% probability of winning and 40% probability of losing. Now this is something I already explained when I showed that example. So in fact, that is the reason I explained in detail. So when you are an option seller, okay, when you are an option seller, you can make money when your trade moves in your direction, okay, and you can make money when your trade stays neutral, and you can make money even if your direction is wrong to an extent. And finally, you can reduce losses or bring your trade into profit even if your trade goes terribly wrong through the adjustments, right? So in the worst case, you can still turn your trade into less loss or turn into the profits through trade management, or it's also called as a adjustments. So let me just quickly explain this with example. So I'm not going to take any different example. Let me take a same example. So in this case, so if you sold 15,300 call option when the Nifty is at 15,200. So somebody will sell a 15,300 call option only when they expect Nifty, only when they expect Nifty not to go up from there, and in fact when they expect the Nifty to come down, they will sell the 15,300 call option. So in this case, so if your analysis is correct and if Nifty starts coming down and if it closes, let's say at 15,000 or 15,100, you will make a 100% profit. Okay, your trade will be in profit. And let's say your analysis is neither right or wrong and Nifty is going to exactly close at 15,200. I'm talking about the second point here, right? So if your an analysis stays neutral, you are still going to make a full profit, because if Nifty closes at 15,300, this 15,300 call option will be out of the money call option, which will expire worthless. It will not have any value, and you initially received 78 rupees. So this will be your profit. And third point, you can make money even if your direction is wrong to an extent. Now, so you thought Nifty will go down, but instead it start going up. Even if it goes to, when I say to extent, let's say it goes against your direction by 100 points, it is still at 15,300 also. The option contract, whatever you are holding, will be at the money, and it will expire as a worthless. It will have any, it will not have any value. So it becomes a zero, and you will keep the full profit. And the last point, you can reduce the losses or even bring the trade into your profit through adjustments. So this is where I explained earlier. So even if your direction analysis is terribly wrong, and if Nifty starts going up to let's say 15,500, 600 or 700 levels, you will potentially make a maximum loss of 4,950. But how you can reduce that or turn into the turn your position into the profit or less losses, I think, as I already told you. So I will start selling some put options with a hedge, and if I can able to collect that some 30 to 40 rupees premium, right, I can bring this trade into the break even or into the profits as well, right? So when you are doing your option strategies, especially with the selling, if you are receiving a net credit and doing all the strategies, so you can play with them and you can do a lot of adjustments. So obviously you need a skill to do that adjustments, and so that's exactly I'm going to cover and teach in my upcoming videos. Now, so what are the other advantages? What is the other edge we have in option selling? So you can generate regular income without predicting the direction of the market. This is one of the best thing. Believe me, making money in trading by always predicting the direction of the market and always getting that correct is really, really difficult. Trust me, it is very difficult to make money by predicting the direction of the market always correct. But if you are an option seller, you can actually, you don't need to predict the direction of the market at all, and you can still make a money. In fact, most of the option traders, option sellers, they do a non-directional trading only. Only some people do a directional trading, or option sellers go for a directional trades with a hedging. So when they think that underlying is completely trending either in a upward or downward direction. So now when I talk about we can make a regular income without predicting the direction of the market. So what do I mean is, so let's say when Nifty is at 15,200, right? So let me also go to the option chain so we can see both call options and put options. Okay, right? So now we sold 15,300 option and then hedged it with 15,400. Now what I do is, this I'm doing it because I'm directional bias. I think Nifty will not go up, or I think Nifty will go down. Now so I don't want to predict the direction. Okay, so what I do is, when I don't predict the direction, I'll sell both call option and also put option. So let me just sell a put option as well. Let's say I'm selling, let me just go to Opstra. So I sold 15,300 call option first, right? So now I will sell 15,100. So when the Nifty is at 15,200, I sold 100 points away call option. Now what I do is, when I will sell 100 points away put option. Okay. And when I say 100 points of put option, right, I'm exposed, on put side, on downside, my trade is exposed to the unlimited risk. So to minimize the risk, what I do is, I will buy 15,000 put options as a hedge on the downside. So when I do this, so basically this is called, iron condor strategy. So when I do this, my maximum risk on the upper side, my maximum risk on the downside is limited, which is maximum 3,218 rupees, and even the maximum risk on the upside, even if Nifty starts going up to 15,700 or 16,000 any levels, the maximum risk is contained to 3,218. Now, looking at the profit, so earlier, when I was directional, I can only make a profit when trade either goes into my direction, or if it stays neutral, or if it goes slightly against my position. Now, I'm not predicting the direction of the market. I sold 15,300 call option and I sold 15,100 call option. I am keeping that range of a 200 points, right? So if Nifty goes here, there, and finally closes anywhere between 15,043, in fact the 15,100 and 15,300, I'm going to keep the entire profit. What is my entire profit? 4,208. Now, because I collected some premium from the put side also, now the profit is increased from 2,000 to 4,282, right? So I'm going to keep the entire profit, and I will start making losses only if Nifty goes below 15,043 and on the higher side above 15,357. So what I have done is I have sold both put options and also call options, and I have received the premium from both the sides. And if Nifty is going to trade between this particular range, so both these options have only time value. That time value will become zero by expiry if Nifty is going to stay between this range, and I'm going to keep that entire profit. And you may have a question like, what will you do? What happens if Nifty goes beyond these break-even points? First thing is, I have defined my risk, so I can only make a maximum loss of 3,200, right? But my maximum profit is 4,028. Even if I don't do any adjustments or trade management, my maximum loss is 3,218, and my profit is 4,282. Now, will I, if it starts going, if it starts getting directional rather than being range bound, so as a professional trader, will I keep the trade as same? No, I will not do that, and I will do some adjustments. There are multiple adjustments how you can do it. Probably all those things I will explain in the future videos. So the reason I am showing this is mainly to give an example for this particular point. You can generate the regular income without predicting the direction of the market, right? So you can go into some non-directional trades or delta neutral trades like this, and keep some range. As long as Nifty is, your Nifty or any of your underlying is staying between that range, you can always keep the profit. Okay, here we are talking about the 15,200. We are talking about only 200 points range. Let's say I am selling 15,500 call option and 14,500 put option. So in June contract, so I may still receive around same profit. Maximum profit would be around same, but my range would be almost 700 points on downside and almost another 300 or 400 points on the upper side, right? Let's say when Nifty is at 15,200 in June month contract, I'm going to sell 14,700 put option and I'm going to sell a 15,700 call option. So I'm keeping a range of 1,000 points. So if Nifty is going to be in this range, between 14,700 and 15,700 by end of June, I'm going to keep all that profit. But if it starts getting into one side direction, I will manage my trade through the adjustments, right? So you can increase the probability of profit by choosing a OTM strikes, for such kind of a strategies. Now, limited but consistent profits. So, you already saw the probability of profit for the option selling strategies is high. So, when you actually trade the strategies which have a high probability of profit, so obviously you will tend to make a consistent profits. So, limit but consistent profits. So when I say consistent profits, people have a wrong perception. So consistent profit doesn't mean that winning every trade. So consistent profits means you will have some losing trades and you will have more profitable trades. So at the end of some particular period, you will be in a profits. So basically your P&L curve will have some dents, but at the end of some period, so you need to have a rising P&L curve. So if you are an intraday trader and you do a trading every day, okay, what consistent profits for intraday trader means? So within a week, out of 5 days, you can have 2 or even 3 days of losing trades. But at the end of the week, you should be in a profit. And if you are trading a weekly strategies, you can have a losses for 1 week or 2 weeks. But at the end of the month, you need to be in profit. Similarly, if you are trading a monthly strategies, you can have a loss in a month or 2 months. But at the end of the quarter, you have to be in the profits. So that's what the consistent means. It is not winning every trade. So trust me, there is not even a single person in the world he is successful or he's won all the trades correctly, and it is not possible also. There is no one will be able to get all their trades correct. It is impossible. Right. Let's move on. So risk can be managed and defined through hedging. So I already showed you how you can able to mitigate and manage your risk by doing a hedging. And better control over capital due to margin requirements, right? So this is one of the important point. So we saw when you are selling a 15,300 call option, okay, you need a capital of around 1,25,000 in your account. But if you are a buyer, okay, if you are a buyer of 15,300 call option, all you would need is approximately 6,000 rupees, right? Let's say you have a 1,50,000 rupees in your account. And if you are a seller, out of 1,50,000, so 1,25,000 is already blocked by the exchanges and you cannot use that capital. So that is the margin money that is required. So you only have a remaining 25,000, and with that 25,000, you will not be able to take even one more position also, right? And probably when you will keep that 25,000 as a cushion just in case if you get any loss in the trading, right? But if you are a buyer, so if you buy, let's say you are a buyer, you have a same capital of 1,50,000 and in this trade you used only 6,000 rupees. So you have almost 1,44,000 rupees left in your account. So trust me, most of the times, what these options buyers do is, the moment the trade is not going in their direction, they will start averaging by buying more options. Okay, they will start buying a more call options, because the premium is coming down and they think that they can average and finally win the trade and all. Or they will they will start doing some impulse or revenge kind of a tradings, and where they will lose more. So here, when you are an option buyer, you have a lot of, just because only the premium amount is left, so you have a lot of amount in your account, so which may tempt you to take another positions, another buying positions, which may amplify your losses further, right? So that's why, so better control over capital due to margin requirements, right? So it will make you a disciplined trader. So it will not make you to take unnecessary risk, right? So these are the I think these are the most important points. So a options buyer or option seller need to keep in their mind and choose whether they want to become the option seller or options buying. So hope now you understand this option selling is a unlimited risk, is a myth, and you know how to at high level, you know how to manage the risk, you know how to probably do an adjustment at I just given one simple example, and you see that what is the natural edge you have in option selling and why, and you have a reason now to find out. So now you have a reason why the option sellers across the world are mostly profitable compared to the options buyers. Hope you found the information I shared in this video useful. Please leave your questions, comments and suggestions in the comment section of this video, and also don't forget to check the description of this video where I have shared all the details about how to get access to all my live trades, be it positional, intraday and expiry during the live markets, and it's an opportunity to learn through my live trades. Please like and share this video if you found it useful, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video.